the announcement of the new Chief Minister of Delhi. This is coming 2 days after the 48-hour window that has been self-imposed by the Delhi Chief Minister to have announced his resignation from the post of the Delhi Chief Minister now comes to an end. The Aam Aadmi Party Supremo Arvind Kejriwal is all set to officially resign today from the post of the Delhi Chief Minister, churning the national capital's political landscape ahead of the assembly polls early next year. The Chief Minister has sought time for a meeting with the Lieutenant Governor Saxena to tender his resignation, before which AAP's legislative party is also likely to hold a meeting to elect their new leader who will succeed Kejriwal in the months to come. This is also very crucial to understand as polls in Delhi are due for the next year. Today, while Kejriwal submits his resignation to Lieutenant Governor Saxena at 4:30 p.m., the newly selected leader of the legislative party will simultaneously claim the position of the Chief Minister as well. All right, viewers, now joining me on the broadcast is senior journalist Himanshu Bhatt. Sir, I appreciate you speaking to NewsX and thank you for giving us your time. At this given point of time, the speculations are only rife, and there are, of course, 4 to 5 key names that are cropping up. The list which is now proposing the names for the new Chief Minister of Delhi. But at the very same time, there is a suspense over if at all this is going to be a reality or just, as the BJP has claimed and alleged, is going to be a political gimmick.
Yes, political gimmick, whether it will be or not. 2 days before also, I just commented that it was a political gimmick, and I look at it only that way. See, if the technical realities do not permit Sunita Kejriwal to become the next CM, there will be no other CM. That is what is my bone of contention, and I have reasons for that. Logically, I will tell you exactly what can happen. There are a few names which are making rounds. Atishi Marlena or Saurabh Bharadwaj or Raghav Chadda and all that. But I have a feeling that if not Sunita Kejriwal, it could be a big surprise. It might even turn out that Arvind Kejriwal will make a drama of having a legislative party meeting in the morning, wherein he will say that we are going for the polls, snap polls. Now here the issue is, unless there is a CM of Aam Aadmi Party, they cannot roll out their own schemes. But against that, there is an advantage that Kejriwal could be, because if he goes in the evening to the President, Lieutenant Governor Saxena Sahab, and says, this is my resignation and I advise you to dissolve the assembly, we will go for the polls. Because he is also said that we want polls early. Now, in such a scenario, it has to have 45 days minimum for election commission to bring out the electoral votes. After that they have to announce, and at the earliest, the polls could be held in November end or December only. Now, in such a scenario, if there is a technical hinge in appointing someone, because a person who is a known legislator, if he becomes a CM, will have to get elected in 6 months' time. Now, since there will be elections in any way within 6 months, a person cannot become a CM. If that is the hedge, and if Sunita Kejriwal, that name Kejriwal is everything in Aam Aadmi Party. You yourself said Supremo. He is the one. So Kejriwal name must stay. The posters of Arvind Kejriwal must stay. Everywhere, whichever there, in Delhi. Now, in such a scenario, I will not be surprised, because he has always been a disruptive politician right from the beginning of his political career. In such a scenario, I will not be surprised that despite holding a legislators meeting in the morning, he goes in the evening and says, Saxena, Lieutenant Governor Sahab, you go and you please dissolve the assembly, we will go for the polls again with Maharashtra. That also is a possibility. Or other thing which I look at it is there will be a surprise. He will not want anyone who is a media savvy, who is a well-known person, to be at his place, because he feels himself very insecure. In the past, he has done that. Be it Kumar Bishwas, be it Shashi Bhushan or Shanti Bhushan or Yogendra Yadav or Ashutosh, beat anyone. He is tactically one after another got rid of everyone. Now, in such a scenario, I don't find any because I think, what he thinks is more important. And what people react to that, because he says he's a Skattare Banda. People will bring me back. That is what is his bone of contention. And this is the last gamble that he's played, by saying that, he will resign from the post in 2 days' time. Had he wanted to resign, and had he felt so securely, why did he not on the same day did that? Why he wanted 2 days' time? I get that reports of consultation for the full night and no names were displaced. No names were discussed. People were given assignments that you do this, you do that. That's all. So nobody knows who is going to be the next name. And I have a very strong feeling, Arvind Kejriwal trusts no one. If not his wife, Sunita Kejriwal, then who else?
Mr. But along with all this political drama heating up, and of course there are concerns which are mulling over, the kind of names and the possibilities of different leaders in the AAP cadre for the portfolios. But importantly, what about Manish Sisodia? At this given point of time, what is that role which is now expected to be taken up by Manish Sisodia? Because just few months back, not even completely months back, just few weeks back only, Manish Sisodia has also come out of the jail. And in fact, after coming out in a very same rhetoric, he also said that, jail has made him, and of course, his entire time in the jail has reformed him into a better politician and a person to all the public addresses. At this given point of time, when we heard Arvind Kejriwal also coming out of the jail, and he also in fact said that he read multiple books while being in jail, and one of the books that he had read also had this inferences where, after coming back, he is going to make such a mega announcement. But what about Manish Sisodia? Because for Arvind Kejriwal, naming of another leader in the Aam Aadmi Party is going to be, of course, very important. But is the Deputy Chief Minister post for Manish Sisodia also going to be relevant at this point of time, or there can be another name that can be cropped up for that post as well?
Well, I think you've forgotten the fact, what Arvind Kejriwal day before yesterday announced. Me and Manish Sisodia, both of us will not go to the secretariat before getting the blessings from the people. That is, before winning the elections. So in one sentence, actually he took out Manish Sisodia. He said that if I can't be a CM, I can't go, you also cannot go. And I'll tell you one thing, very clearly I'll tell you, he's been a disruptive politician, and if you see his political rise in last 10, 12 years in the Indian politics, it's like a chameleon. Because he never sticks to what he talks. And that's why I am still, waiting till 4:30 till he goes to Lieutenant Governor's place and says that I'm resigning and this is my new nominee, or this is what you do, please, we recommend you to dissolve the assembly, and I'll be the caretaker CM till elections are done. Because by saying that we'll dissolve the assembly makes sense for him in a sense that he will be a caretaker CM. Because till the new arrangements are made, the old chief minister continues. By that way, he will be in the same position without, without doing his duties, but still be the chief minister. And keep saying people, trying to garner those votes of sympathy, which I think he's lost it already. Because 2024, Aam Aadmi Party could not win even a single seat in Delhi. So his party might win again. That's a different thing. But then at the present, what looks good for him? The problem there is, if he becomes a caretaker CM, he cannot roll out those dole schemes, that this much free and that much free. But then in the election campaigning, he can always say again, okay, when we come back to power, we will do this, we will do that, we will do that. That nobody will stop him. Unless the law comes up of doling out the freebies. And in Manish Sisodia is concerned, you see, in all these dramas, you are not finding Manish Sisodia's statements coming out. The other AAP leaders are talking. But by that one speech of Kejriwal where he mentioned that he and Manish Sisodia both, he is effectively taken out Manish Sisodia. This is what I look at it. And that's why, this deputy CM, as long as Manish Sisodia was there, this was fine. But now, if a stopgap arrangement comes before the election, it will be just the CM. And then, naturally, super CM, Arvind Kejriwal, sitting at the back door and governing everything.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.